We're in the midst of the transfer window and Liverpool's business is starting to heat up, with the club being linked to both incomings and outgoings. In today's video though, we'll discuss the signing that has been hijacked by a rival after a recent Fabrizio Romano reveal. Not only that, we'll also go over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool youngster Katie Gordon is closing in on a return to full training as he looks to put his injury nightmare behind him. The 18-year-old has been sidelined since February of last year with a pelvic issue linked by medical staff to his ongoing growth. However, we understand that Gordon is back on the grass at Kirkby and as he enters the final stages of his rehabilitation, and should any further setbacks be avoided, he'll be allowed to join his teammates in full training in 2 weeks' time. Liverpool's academy players returned to the AXA training centre on Monday in order to kick off their pre-season preparations for 2023-2024. But Gordon has been held back from full involvement as the Reds look to take a cautious approach for his recovery after a difficult period of his young career. The Derby-born forward had just begun to make an impact with Jurgen Klopp's first team before injury struck to hamper his remarkable progress. After being handed a senior debut in the EFL Cup win over Norwich in September 2021, Gordon bagged his first goal at that level as he struck against Shrewsbury in the FA Cup. A Premier League bow followed in January, but the first signs of the fitness issue that had sidelined him since reared their head in February. With a return to training imminent, it will be hoped that the teenager can quickly get over his lengthy layoff in order to force his way back into contention within the first team. However, his hopes of being involved in this summer's pre-season appear to be slim, with a short-term aim simply to return him to full fitness after 17 months out. Just a quick one guys, we have released our new July drop. We've got brand new designs. We have the Liverpool original t-shirts, along with the We've Conquered All of Europe t-shirts. Do browse the new collection by going down into the link in the description or going to copyclothing.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. It has been well reported that Liverpool are in the market for a centre-back this summer, and one target that multiple journalists said that was at the top of the transfer wish list was Mickey van de Ven. Both Paul Joyce and Fabrizio Romano claim that the player was at the top of the wish list. However, the deal will not go ahead as the player is very close to joining Tottenham Hotspur after agreeing personal terms. Today, transfer guru Fabrizio Romano tweeted, "I understand Tottenham have submitted a verbal opening proposal for Mickey van de Ven. Negotiations ongoing with Wolfsburg. No issues on personal terms, parties are close to contract details, up to Spurs and Wolfsburg." Liverpool without a doubt will be signing a centre-back this summer and will now have to go in for another target. Another defender who it won't be though is Jurgen Timber, who like Van de Ven was on the club's shortlist. However, he will now join Arsenal after the two clubs agreed a fee. Dominic has certainly embraced his Liverpool move with his excitement, what has come to be made obvious. And with Jurgen Klopp, he feels he has hit the jackpot. Long before Liverpool completed a £60 million transfer for the Hungarian, the 22-year-old had spoken highly of the Reds manager and his man management. It is now something he will experience firsthand after swapping Leipzig for Liverpool, a combination that quickly caused a ripple of excitement among the fan base. In the days following the announcement of his transfer, Szoboszlai has rightly been celebrated by his native Hungary, and he has not been short on media commitments. When talking to M4 Sport, the midfielder spoke of how he felt when he won the jackpot with Klopp. He knows he is in more than capable hands. He said, "For me, this is the jackpot to play under Klopp. One of the best coaches, if not the best. I think he'll be able to bring out things in me that I didn't even know are in me. I look forward to working together." Szoboszlai will not have to wait long though, as his first official day as a Red will be on July 11th, when the second wave of players report for pre-season. Amid all the excitement of what is to come, it is also easy to sense how grateful Szoboszlai is for the opportunity, having worked towards it for most of his life. He claimed, "In the last 3 days it started to dawn on me the journey I've taken to get where I am now. It took a lot of work, perseverance, commitment and sacrifices, but it was worth it. I had a dream when I was young, which I transformed into a goal over time because I felt it was attainable." He continued, "Now I am in one of the best teams in the world, in one of the best, if not the best leagues in the world. This is what I dreamed of as a child. For me, this is a very big success. It needed the help of many people." It's no surprise that the midfielder has shown both confidence in his ability and that his feet are firmly on the ground. As we know, Klopp is eager to recruit players who are top-class human beings. Safe to say there is already plenty to like from our new number 8. Romeo Lavia has emerged as a strong contender to become Liverpool's third midfield signing of the summer, as he ticks plenty of boxes required to be a success at Anfield. The Southampton midfielder looks to be the Reds' next priority, with reports indicating that the pursuits of Thuram, Ryan Gravenberch and Gabri Veiga are drawing to a close. No sooner had Szoboszlai been unveiled as a Liverpool player, attention quickly turned to what is next in the middle of the park. In this part of the video, we're going to take a look at some of the key factors which make Lavia the next logical move for the Reds. Defensive-minded. Of all of Liverpool's strongly touted midfield targets this summer, Lavia is perhaps the most naturally defensive option. The signing of McAllister and Szoboszlai undoubtedly strengthened the number 8 positions, but the Reds could certainly use an extra option to sit ahead of the back line. Klopp switched to a 3-4-3 system towards the end of last season, yielded a positive upturn in form and results. But the Reds may find themselves short of bodies to fill the 2 defensive slots in the midfield box should the manager persist with that shape. Lavia presents Liverpool with an ideal solution on the left side of the defensive midfield, and his profile could make him the ideal understudy to Fabinho, as he has time to eventually phase into being the first choice option. Age on his side. At just 19 years of age, Lavia could be primed to explode into a top talent, and capturing him now could see that process happen on Liverpool's books. He's already proven himself to be capable of mixing it with top midfielders and will continue to improve under Klopp's stewardship, making him an exciting prospect for the fans to get on board with. His age also means there is a limited pressure on his shoulders to make an immediate impact and break into the team straight away, with more of the attention naturally focused on the progress of McAllister and Szoboszlai. Fabinho's current contract runs until 2026, meaning that the manager could have a perfectly ready-made replacement should the club look to recoup a fee for the Brazilian next summer. Premier League experience. His time with Southampton will stand him in good stead for a step up to Liverpool and gives him edge over the likes of Thuram, Gravenberch and Veiga. We have seen on countless occasions how difficult it can be to adapt to the physicality of football in England, and Lavia's position is one of which offers little room for error against top sides. The youngster was a shining light in an ultimately dreadful campaign for the Saints, and even at his young age, is far too good for a player to be spending a season in the Championship. Reports at the beginning of the window suggested that Premier League experience was a priority for the Reds, and while we have strayed away from that stance somewhat in recent weeks, it will certainly be a factor the manager will want to consider. Homegrown answer. Finally, Lavia would be a tick in the box for seemingly never-ending question around Liverpool's homegrown quota. The teenager would not need to be registered within the Reds' 25-man squad for another 3 years, but when he does reach the age of 22, the Belgian will still be classed as homegrown due to spending more than 3 seasons with an FA-affiliated clubs. The Reds have kept themselves close to the Premier League limit of registering 17 non-homegrown players in their squad in recent years, and the summer departures of James Milner and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain only added to that dilemma. It is another plus point for Lavia that Liverpool's other midfield targets cannot boast and could go some way to justifying what is likely to be a hefty financial outlay for such a young player. Liverpool fans, what are your thoughts on missing out on Van de Ven, and do you want the club to sign Romeo Lavia this summer? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Remember, we do have Liverpool t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to copyclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.